diving right now. He's at his own press conference, so he can have an opening statement and talk about what's going on.
Awesome. Well, first off, thank you all for being here. It's an exciting time for Louisville diving. We've got a lot of important things coming up. First and foremost, we're hosting Kentucky in a dual meet this Saturday at 1 p.m. So we're excited for that. And then next up for me, I'm actually headed to Doha for the World Championships. One of our divers, Elsa Prasterink, is representing the Netherlands. And this is the major qualifying meet for the Olympics. So kind of, everything we work for as a program is putting people on the Olympic stage, and we're super excited for her opportunity to dive and hopefully earn a shot. After that, we've got ACCs coming up, and then we're also hosting for the first time, I think, in school history, we're hosting the NCAA Zone Diving Championships. So this is the qualifier for the NCAA Championships. We'll have 100 of the top divers in the country on campus March 14th through the 16th competing for their spot. Lindsay here made NCAA championships last year in her first year with the program. And we've got a couple more that I think should be there as well. So I'll open it up to questions.
Ryan Arthur's talked a lot about his program and when you look at it, the diving and how the uptick that it's been on, kind of go through the last couple of years and how crazy it has been for you guys to build this program where you're at, and obviously now hosting is a big step to put you kind of on a national spotlight.
Yeah, it's been a wild ride. I think I draw a lot of inspiration from Arthur. He's a visionary and took the swimming program from nothing to being one of the top 4 programs in the country, and I kind of shared that same passion when I took over the program, and I knew that Louisville could be great. So a big part of that is just kind of hitting the ground running and finding the right people. I think first and foremost, that's what made us better, is just recruiting, finding people that wanted to be a part of this vision that we have, and then it makes my job really fun. So, and then as the team grows and gets better, the talent acquisition gets a lot easier.
Does the hosting give you kind of a little bit of a national credibility a little bit, because they don't just pick anybody?
It does. So we've actually underwent some major innovations in the last 2 weeks at the natatorium. We've got all new diving equipment, new boards. Duraflex is the company that makes the stands, so they just redesigned, re-engineered all the new diving stands. So we're one of the few facilities in the country right now that has all new equipment. And then while we're gone at ACCs, we're resurfacing the platforms. So we're definitely turning Louisville into a championship venue. And then we actually got a bid over the summer. We're hosting USA Diving Zones. So we're going to have a major junior national competition as well.
Can you speak a little bit about the Prasternik and just her, where she has kind of come from and gone, and the opportunity, like you mentioned a little bit, the opportunity that she has in front of her, to make it to the Olympics?
Yeah, I mean, I think sometimes you get blessed as a coach with somebody who just never gives up and is the hardest worker in the room. She, by all means, was a gamble. I recruited her off 2 video calls and some old videos of her diving, and I just loved her personality and, thought she's somebody I can work with. And, her development over the last 4 years has been incredible. From, her freshman year making NCAAs to sophomore year, she was the second diver in school history to score points at the NCAA championships, to then last season she made 2A finals, was one of the only divers in the country to be a multi-event finalist. And yeah, I think that's all set her up for what's ahead in the next 2 weeks, this opportunity for her to show out in Doha and hopefully make the Olympics.
Lindsay, speak to what this program has helped you do, to what Coach helped you do, and the opportunity that you have, this year, being able to dive here at home and try to get back to the NCAA.
Well, obviously, transferring from a mid-major D1 to a Power 5 D1 was a big, it was a dream of mine after my freshman year, and being able to qualify for NCAAs after that was just even better. It was like the cherry on top. Having a team behind you that wants you to do well after something like a life change like that also like really, really helps with like the whole like mindset of getting back into like getting to NCAAs again this year and like really training hard to just get better and better every day.
For both of you, kind of the expectation of not just you, Lindsay, just the whole team, all the divers. I mean, you've got multiple that are able to qualify, correct? I mean, when it comes here, in March.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think, it's so 2019 was the first year that we had an NCAA score, and I think that set the tone for what we knew this program could be about. And then from there on, it's just finding the right people that buy into that team culture, and I mean that comes from them. I empower them to set the team goals and to tell everybody what we want to be about and what we want to accomplish, and I just kind of try to foster that and guide them where I can. But a lot of it just comes from having great people on the team, and they want to be successful. They want to work hard, and they want to win. So makes my job easy.
Lindsay, what do you want to be about?
Oh, I don't know. He
As a
asked.
team, what do you?
Oh, he asks us about this every year at the beginning of the year at our retreat. He's always like, "What do you want to be like known for?" And at least on the women's side, we love each other. We're big lovers. We just love the sport. We want to see everybody do well. And I think that's what's different between diving and swimming is like swimming, you just race, not like just race, but like, you know what I mean. Diving, when you're competing, you stand and you talk to each other. You really create like all these really deep connections with people. And that just builds on the team culture that Ryan is talking about, like bringing in people that are going to get along with us and that are going to help push us to get better.
One last thing. Can you talk about Royce? I think he's ranked nationally on the men's side, correct? And
Race.
is it
When?
race? I'm sorry, race.
Freshman, yeah. So Race is a phenomenal platform diver. Super excited for the meets that we have coming up for him. We had the opportunity to go to USA Winter Nationals back in the end of November, beginning of December. And out of that entire competition, he actually had one of the highest scoring dives of the entire meet, which is pretty incredible. And so, it's been a great year of growth for him. I think as we continue to get these young kids in, it's definitely a different world than when I started coaching here. And so I feel like I do a lot of parenting besides coaching, but it's awesome to see them grow up and come into their own. And yeah, I think we've got some really good expectations for him. And hopefully he can, live up to it. So.
Ryan, you mentioned the Olympic stage and how that's always the ultimate goal. When it is an Olympic year, how different of a feel does it take around the program, the sport, especially when you have someone who's got a legitimate shot at being there?
I think it makes everybody just more excited to do what we love. We take a lot of inspiration, like I said, from Arthur and swim, and we're on that Project Paris train as well. And so it just heightens the environment, and I think it gives the athletes a sense of, a bigger sense of something to work for than a normal year. I think when you do a four years of collegiate sports, it can kind of turn into the same old, same old. So there's a lot of magic behind making the Olympics, and I think it just kind of breathes new life into our program and makes the athletes really excited every single day.
Can you talk about the UK meet coming up, how fun it is to compete against a rival? Do you think that brings out the best in you, Lindsay? And how much I think one year, it came down to diving that the diving points actually won the meet for U of L over UK. So I think there's a lot of pressure on you.
Yeah.
But it's fun too.
Oh, I love it. I'm a big competition diver. I love just the pressure. I mean, everybody like cracks under pressure sometimes, but there's always going to be that one thing that pushes you over the edge. And I just love just the environment that swimming creates too, with like the people in the stands. Everybody just wants to see everybody do well. And when it's over a rival, just like the win feels a lot better. And doing a good dive is for the team and not just for you. It's for everybody there.
And I think we're one of the few diving programs out there that we thrive in the environment. When you think of diving, in my mind, if you're watching the Olympics, it's dead silent. The only cheering that happens is when the diver's under the water after they completed the dive. But during a college dual meet, I mean, it is loud and rowdy. I know we've got the band coming to support us as well. So I think one thing that we do well is we thrive in the chaos, and a lot of other dive programs don't. So it's kind of our specialty to make sure we pack the house and get everybody out this Saturday to have some fun. Awesome. Thank you all.
Thanks.